What to do, YouTube? It's your girl Day, and I'm back with another video. I'm not gonna lie, it's completely just coming straight from the heart, completely like just what do I feel I want to say right now, because I've been going through, my healing journey, and I actually just been having a couple realizations, and I actually just spoke with like somebody close to me yesterday about it, and I'm like, I've really come a long way. And I don't give myself enough time to recognize it or enough focus to recognize it. And then I don't give myself enough credit if it is something to recognize. And I think it's because of a lot of things that I've been through. Um, I'm only 24. I just turned 24 um, 2 months ago. No, 3 months ago. So I'm only 24. And pretty much a lot of the major years of my life, and of course in childhood, I've had traumatic things happen like year by year. And I'm, always very optimistic about anything regardless, because I feel like if I'm going to be on this earth, I'm not with the pessimism. I'm not with, just feeling shitty all the time. I don't like to be depressed. Though I've been depressed my whole life, that's how it be sometimes. But with me being depressed my whole life and me just having willpower and having a determination to like enjoy life, I've made that a thing. Um, you know, I got this tattoo right here. It says here and it has confetti on it. If you haven't already, check out my tattoo explanation video, but I'll give you a tip right here. I got this tattoo because I listen to Tori Kelly and she has a song called Confetti, and it's about not waiting for the confetti to fall to be happy in life. So not waiting for, oh, when I get this promotion, I'll be good because then I'm not stressed financially, or oh, when I get in a relationship, I'll be good because then I won't be lonely. It's like a lot of times we look for things that will make us happy, but whole time that's the lesson in it. Like the point is that happiness is created, and I have a literal tattoo that says "Create Happiness" right here on my arm. I dropped the video below so you can just understand a little bit more about me just via my tattoos. But with that being said, like with me being depressed multiple times throughout my life, I made a decision at a very young age, really like in middle school, that I didn't want to like grow up and be depressed, and that's just been my mission, right? So I've always been very optimistic. Guess what though? Flip side of that is as an adult, right? Because I was optimistic in my childhood and like in my teenage years. As an adult, you start to learn more and more about the world and why it is the way that it is, and that can really be depressing, or that can really be some type of anxiety sometimes, because you're trying to figure out life for yourself while understanding why it is, and obviously there's so many things against us. And like I said, this is just straight out the dome, so I might be talking about a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna try to keep it short. But we get it, you know what I'm saying? I'm a black lesbian woman, so that's triple threat right there. And that's just on top of our own personal traumas that we have to get through, on top of trying to be optimistic. Like, it's just a lot, right? And so when you're younger, I feel like, or at least for myself, when I was younger, it was easier to be optimistic just because I always just felt in my spirit that you're just supposed to be the bigger person. You're supposed to just be good to people, because I feel like it's so simple, and as human beings we all have feelings, so like just don't make somebody feel the way that you wouldn't want to feel. Like I feel like the law of karma is not really recognized or practiced intentionally, like for the good. It's not like people are like, yeah, let me, let me tighten up, so that, not for that sole reason, but a benefit is like, okay, if I'm doing right by people, I'm not gonna get no bad karma. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have good karma. But a lot of people be out here, oh, I'm fighting demons, and it's like, nah, buddy, you fighting karma. You thought, you know what I'm saying? You think because certain events don't seem to be connected that it's not karma, but karma comes back in so many different ways. It comes back in terms of what's around you, or just things that happen in your life. But that's a whole nother thing. You feel me? But with that being said, right, always been pretty optimistic. But then you grow up, you learn new information, you go through more trauma, and for myself, like I said, I realized that I didn't I realized that I didn't I didn't like allow myself to experience negative emotions. I always deemed negative emotions as something that was so negative, like, get it away. But really, it's about emotional intelligence, and it's about being able to identify your negative and positive emotions and still choose how you want to portray yourself and how you want to, who the person that you want to become. It's not about being completely avoidant of negative emotions. And sometimes I feel like people view optimism as like toxic positivity, and like saying to say, oh, just get over it. But like, that's not the case. I feel like optimism is making the best out of your situation regardless of what it is. Not saying like, oh, let's forget the reality of it. Like, you could feel mad, sad, whatever about a situation, but don't allow that spot to turn into a stain because you feel that strongly about it. That's what I mean by optimism, in my opinion. Optimism is making the best out of your situation. Acknowledging, like, okay, this happened, but you know what? This is about me. It happened to me. I feel a little way right now, but after I get them feelings out, after I express myself, let me move on to, okay, what's the best solution to the situation? It might not even be any options that I like, but what is the best solution? That's what optimism is to me. But with me, like, you know what I'm saying, growing up and kind of like identifying now in my adulthood how I respond when I'm angry. And it's like, to be honest, I'm not like the worst person in the world. I don't get to, throwing shit around and stuff when I'm angry, but I do tend to like raise my voice. And I feel like that's definitely because I've never allowed myself to really be angry. But, like I said, as you get older, or as I get older, I become more angry. Like I said, just being more aware of certain things. And also, like, heard the term or heard the quote, what makes you angry is your passion. So it's a lot of stuff to be angry about, rightfully, because I'm passionate about things. I'm passionate about humanity. And y'all see, we be going bonkers every day. And I'm trying to, like, assist in the ways that God sees fit for me. And that's the reason for making this video, is just to really kind of take y'all down memory lane and like give y'all some motivation as to like really sitting down, taking the time to reflect, and giving yourself praise for like how far you've come. I actually am a music artist as well, and I have a single out called Fart, and that's essentially what it's about. Like, so I also dropped that link in the bio. You can check that out. But Fart is really like a self-affirming message of, look at how far you've come. Forget where you want to be and how long it took you to get here and all this other stuff. Like, in the moment, be present and think about how far you've come. So this video is just like a update, because like I said, I just realized this when I was venting yesterday. Like, I've really come a long way, because I've always been optimistic when it came to facing things in my life. And now, even just recognizing, like, that's a new level of growth for me to understand, like, okay, it's not about, because I think when I was younger, I used optimism as a way to cope, in a way to, as a way to cope, in a way to just get through life. And it's nothing wrong with that. It wasn't like I was intentionally like being avoidant of my negative feelings or whatever. But it's just like I didn't really have time and space to kind of like process it in a healthy way, because it was like trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma, or it was like ongoing trauma, and then it's back into then adulthood come, and I'm still dealing with childhood traumas, and then adulthood traumas coming, and so like it's just been a lot of just consistent trauma in my life. And if you met me, like anybody that met me, like people that know me from my city or whatever, or personally, they might not even know all the things that I've been through because of how I come off. I come off like, somebody told me once, like, you kind of like, you walk around like you never, like you don't have problems. And I'm like, I mean, cool. Like, I'm not the type to come to the room and just get to bring it down the energy. And, we, nowadays, everybody having all these conversations about energy, and I'm not going to act like I know all about it, but I do feel like people have the right to do what's best for them, because energy is real, and energy is real in the sense that neither person can really control how they feel, but they can control how they behave about like energy. Like, but energy doesn't lie in itself. But what you do with that energy and how you can like modify it, that's a thing. But the actual natural energy, everybody got their rights to it. But I ain't gonna lie, I kind of just lost track of what I was saying. But I was saying how, oh yeah, throughout my life, like, yeah, I wasn't like intentionally, I wasn't intentionally saying, oh, like, let me not think about this stuff, but I just didn't really have space to sit down and like reflect. So now, like, the biggest trauma to me personally, the biggest trauma in my life, even though I've been through a lot of shit, the thing that hurt me the most happened in 2019, just to give you guys perspective. So it's only 2022, it's February 2022. It happened 2019, essentially like the whole year was like a traumatic year. And since then, it's still been trauma after trauma, but I didn't realize that because after that traumatic thing, you know, I went into a little deep depression, and I want to say like 2020 was, you know, 2020 was 2020, so, you know, some things happened there. But 2020 wasn't like a super horrible year. I feel like it was pretty balanced, to be honest. It was some bad things that happened, but it was also some good things that happened. Like, I performed for the first time as an artist. I decided to even become an artist. Like, you know, I had a lot of like personal accomplishment, but it was also some hurt. Like, I had some deaths that year. I had some just some stuff, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, just yesterday I realized that I never really sat down and looked at, okay, from 2019, 2020, 2021, what traumas have I gone through? How does it affect my current life? And what do I understand about it? Like, what did I learn from it, or what do I simply observe? What do I know about it? Do I know myself? Am I checking in, right? That's pretty much kind of what led me to make this video, is because I was sitting here journaling, and I just really wanted to let other people know that sometimes, like, we get so hard on ourselves. Like, for example, me, I can be so hard on myself sometimes, but I know I've overcome self-sabotage. And what I identify as self-sabotage is anything that does not align with what you say that you want and what you truly desire. So you can't say that you desire to save money, but you spending it every day when you barely got money to have, you know? So that's just a very like vague example, but just anything that does not align with what you say. So if you say that you want to feel better and you want to love yourself, you cannot partake in negative self-talk, right? So that's what I mean. So just having this like realization of, okay, I notice how I've been treating myself like mentally. I know that's not going to get me where I need to be, and I know exactly what I need to do. So I decided to journal, and, you know, that's when I got to start thinking about, like, damn, I really have come a long way. Like, I really have come a long way. I now identify, you know, through journaling, I identified the traumas that I endured and how it's still affecting me, and I can start a plan on how to actually get through that trauma. I didn't even, like, it's so crazy to me because I didn't even realize that it affected me so much, and it did, to be honest. So yeah, with that being said, that was just the message of the day, is just make sure that you're like keeping up with you, make sure that you're aware of things that you go through, and make sure you're giving yourself the proper treatment. I know that, like, you know, to be honest, I just feel like there's so many resources out here. There ain't no excuses as to why you can't get better. And everybody got their own, like, life path to follow, you know what I'm saying? Do what you will. But, like, our ancestors went through way more, and they still found a way to, like, keep going. So, you know, I say you got to try. We got the internet out here. We got self-help books. You also have your own personal tour guide inside your soul and your spirit. You also have God. You also have family, friends. You also have the internet. Again, like, you also have therapists. Like, it's more than one way to get out and give yourself liberation. So I just don't feel like it's any excuses for anybody. Of course, like, we all go through, like, depressive states. That's just how the world is. And that's another thing to acknowledge, is that I feel like life happens in seasons. So, you know, one thing to understand about emotional intelligence is that you're always going to feel like the whole spectrum of emotions. So don't advocate, like I said, as far as like toxic positivity. You don't have to be positive 24/7, but you can make the best out of your situations, and you can also like implement certain things in your life, such as a daily routine or a morning routine, or I'm going to journal, I'm going to listen to music that I know makes me feel good. Like you can make it a habit to be happy, and that's the thing. So, but when it's time to be sad, then be sad. You know, that's what emotional intelligence is just being able to be aware of your emotions and being able to utilize them in the best possible way. But that doesn't mean to completely avoid emotions or try to like avoid, you know, the other side, the negative, quote unquote, side of things. And I'm glad that I unlearned that, because what that did for me as well is like it make it seem like other people are more negative, but really they are just expressive about how they feel in the moment. But I'm heavy on like I'm heavy on word choice, really. I'm heavy on diction and how we talk about situations, because I feel like it's a way to talk about it, but at the same time, like if you talk about situations like too much or whatever, or just the way that you talk about it, you be manifesting the negative things in your life as well. So but like I said, with me recognizing that I had an uncomfortable relationship with negative emotions, because I never allowed myself to process them, because I had to keep going in life. Like that gives me a chance to be more compassionate towards people that are emotional intelligent, and just have a better balance of both. Like, you know, because like I said, we're in this age where everybody's like trying to protect their energy, and you know, if you're depressed, stay away from me and all of that stuff. And I 100% understand that perspective as well. But like I said, it's about how you do things. It's about how you speak, and it's about shit, how often. Like it depends on the person, like what's going on. But in general, anybody that can like identify all their emotions and express them safely, healthily, get kudos to you. I didn't even know what I want to say. Like I give all props to you. You're amazing. If you're on a journey of like trying to understand your emotions, my advice to you is to journal about it, document it. Don't judge yourself, but just genuinely write how you feel. It's not no right or wrong. It's how you feel, and then you choose a person that you want to be based upon that. Like just really get to know yourself. I'm heavy on introspection, so you know, if you guys want to follow me at Motive from the Heart on Instagram and Facebook, those are both my business pages on there. Check it out. I drop, you know, gems. Feel me? And with that being said, that's pretty much all I had to say. I hope that something in the message resonated with you, and that you take away something from this. Like I said, it was kind of on the whim, so I feel like it was really all out of place, and it's just me being vulnerable. But you know, that's the thing I love about creating, is that, you know, even as a music artist, I'm loving the process of like making a song, taking it from the first freestyle to like actually putting a song together. With YouTube, I love the fact that I don't have to be anything but myself, because it's a free platform to share yourself with the world. So me feeling nervous and me just talking about whatever is exactly what this page is for, even if I'm just rambling, you feel me? So I appreciate anybody that's watched the video at all. I definitely appreciate you if you watched it this far. Like I said, you can follow me at Motive from the Heart on Instagram and Facebook. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment on this page. And also, you can comment any videos that you want to see. As of now, y'all see I really come on here with some game. I also want to turn it into a vlog. And that's my commitment to being more consistent on here, is to really just utilize and come and reflect with you guys things that I recognize or acknowledge in my life that could probably help somebody else. So we're going to do it together. You feel me? We on the road to 100 subscribers. So tell your mammy, your daddy, your papa, your friends, your cousin, your grandma, all that. And stream our music for sure. Daymade on all streaming platforms. Daymade, DAI space MADE. Daymade. Also, if you that's the crazy part too, right? I love my stage name. If you can figure out what the stage name means and why, comment below and I got something for you. Other than that, y'all have a blessed one. I love y'all.